this one. Okay, and now we're recording. So now I don't have a lot of people upset at me because last time I did not record it. But my name's Joel. I am the state referee administrator here in the state of Arizona for the ASRA. And we wanted to welcome you guys here. And we'll make this really quick. I think we can get through this in about 30 minutes. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and put your hand up. Feel free to interrupt. There's only 50 of us here tonight. We're all family and friends. So by all means, speak up and ask questions because this is your time to ask all the confusing questions that you might not have answers to. We're here for you. But we did want to welcome you to our community, and that's what we call it. We really are excited for you to be here. We need your personality. We need your energy. We need your skills. It's exactly what we need, whoever you are. We're a diverse group. We're a little silly sometimes, and we're all a little weird in our own little way to want to do this silly job. But we want you to know that we are here to support you. And that's our main job, is to help you succeed and be successful. So that's what tonight kind of goes over. We're going to discuss who we are and kind of basically what we do as the SRA, and that stands for State Referee Administration, or we're also called the SRC. It's the State Referee Committee. We're going to talk about who we are and what we can do to help you and how we work with everybody else in the state. We're going to talk about getting your assignments. That's the big crux of this. This is where everyone kind of gets held up and, well, what do I do now that I'm a certified referee? We're going to show you how to get your jobs, how to get work, how payments are done, and how to manage that whole thing. We're going to briefly touch on uniforms and the equipment that you'll need if you don't already have it, and kind of what the expectations are and the professionalism standpoint that we kind of want out of everybody that's out there. And then basically just a what's next after your first year. This should get you through your first year, and then what's next after that. And feel free to answer or ask any questions that you have as well. Okay, first, this is the SRA. We don't have a picture of us as a group because we're never really together in the same room very much. We talk every day via group chats and text messages and phone calls, Zoom meetings, but we don't often get together in the same room anymore. But I'm Joel. Like I said, I'm the SRA. Mitchell Christensen, who you may have met at the Fields at one of your sessions or at Fields this weekend, he's our state youth referee administrator. His main job is to oversee all of our youth referees and those referees doing youth games, but really is there to help develop, ID, and assist our youth referees. Jason Ulrich is our state director of instruction. He's the one that helps put on our classes, organizes them, finds instructors, and helps develop that curriculum. And then we also have Melissa Beck, who is our director of referee development and over our state-led women's group. She's a Pro 2 referee or an AR. You'll see her on a number of NWSL games or in the VAR room for MLS matches. But she also runs our state women's group. So if you are a female referee, we want you to join that women's group and be participants with them. Our numbers are average across the country, but we would love to see more females in the sport. And then Jeff Worthen, who hopefully you'll meet a couple of years from now as you go on. He's what we call our state director of assessment. So as you grow and become, more involved in the sport and want to move up in the sport, you need different licenses. And he's our director of assessment currently. You can scan these links right here. You can take that. It's in my emails. It's not on our webpage, but that's a different links page. It'll give you to anything you really want to see. Any sort of webinars, any upcoming events. Contact us, submit a clip, anything like that is on that scan page. So if you want to take a picture of that, save that, bookmark that web page here. It'll come up again at the end as well if you don't have it. Okay, let's get right to it. Getting assignments and getting your matches. You are an independent contractor as a new referee. We do not employ you. We do not issue you a paycheck. We do not tell you when and where to go. You get to decide that on your own. As a youth referee or adult referee, it doesn't matter. You get to choose when you are available. And your managers are your assigners. They are the ones who you're going to work for directly. They're the ones that control the assignments to the game. And if you just indulge me 1 second, our state youth referee administrator just texted me and said if we are doing this tonight. Yes, same link. Okay, good. So again, your assigners are your managers. And we have a number of them in the state. I will share a different screen really fast with you. Let me go here. Yeah, let me share this screen. This is on our website at azref.com. And what you'll see here is a list of all of our assigners. So when you go to that home page, if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see receive assignments and you can click there. And then this is a list of all of our assigners, certified assigners in the state, and the leagues or the areas in which they work. So it's going to start at the most adult games, so the USL, and those are by our national assigner, all the way down to our women's semi-professional league or men's semi-professional leagues. Then it gets into the regional leagues, your MLS Next, your ECNL. These are leagues that you probably won't be working right off the bat. We hope that you get there really fast, but you don't need to work these matches quite yet. They're going to be more complex, more difficult matches, and we want you to be successful. So what we do suggest is that you kind of start down here in this Arizona Association Open League or tournaments or smaller events, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. But here you've got a list of everybody broken out by area. So if you live in the East Valley of the Phoenix area, you can simply copy all these emails, email everybody and say, I'm so-and-so, I'm a brand new referee, and I'm excited to get to work. What do you need from me so that I can be on your list to get games? And that's really it. There's no special formula to it. There's no special website to go to or anything like that. It is contacting your manager to set up a schedule. And we'll talk about how they each do things a little bit differently. But if you're in Tucson, you've got a number of people. Maggie is probably your top one. Central and North Phoenix, Sierra Vista, Yuma, doesn't matter. And then you've got your rec leagues as well that you would want to contact. So again, this page has all of our licensed assigners on it. And that is where you want to start. Let me go back here. Okay, great. How do you contact them? More than likely through email. If for whatever reason email is not, whoops, I got admit somebody in there, admit all. If for whatever reason you are not getting any response from the assigners, feel free to email me directly and I will step in on your behalf to help rectify that situation. Okay. You can call them, although they don't love phone calls a lot because they're dealing with, 300 or 400 people at a time for an event. So a lot of phone calls kind of messes up their things. And what they need from you is your availability and your skill level. Now, again, you know what? Let me share another screen with you. Hold on really fast. Let me go back here. Let me go back to this website here. If you go to, again, our homepage on our website at AZREF, and you go to, whoops, let's see, if you're here at the front page and you scroll down again, and a big thing up here, it says upcoming events. You can click go to that, and then it's separated out by month, every major event in the state. So you can see October, we've got the Phoenix Rising Cup that happens, what is that, next weekend, the weekend after, something like that, Labor Day weekend. It shows you who the assigner is. It uses a ski run type legend for it, so you know kind of what level you should be at, beginners and intermediates. This is a great tournament. So it gives you an email link. You can click on Mark and email him directly. And then it has this registration form. And this is going to be really typical as more things come online. So you've got one for the Tuzos Challenge already and the Flagstaff tournament and Flagstaff again. RSL Kickoff has one as well, and different assigners clearly. But what happens is when you click that registration URL, let me make sure you guys can see that. You can. Okay, good. What it is it's basically asking you to put in your name, your email, your cell phone number, and then to rank yourself where you are. And please be honest, I'm a new referee. You're going to be a beginner. Okay. What's the oldest age group you're willing to do? So you're kind of setting yourself up to tell the assigner, hey, here's what I'm comfortable doing, and here's what I can do. And then down below it says, well, which fields do you want to work at? Here are the fields that I'm offering. And then when can you work? Can you work Friday night? Can you work Saturday morning? Can you work Saturday evening? Can you work Sunday morning? Right. So you're putting in these times saying, this is when I can work. And the availability forms might be different depending on which one you use. Let's do, this cactus kickoff and see. So pretty similar, different fields. Friday nights have different times. Saturday, this person wants you to put in the times that you can work. So you would put in, 8 a.m. till I can work till 1 p.m. Right? So you're putting in your times. You're basically giving your schedule of availability to your assigner. Okay? Hopefully that is pretty clear. If not, you can ask questions whenever you want to, but we'll get back to it in just a second. So, okay, so that's how you get matches. And then you need to communicate. Kids, if you are not checking your emails, welcome to adulthood and having a job. You need to check your emails. Don't rely on mom and dad or brother or sister or whomever to, I got to keep checking that thing. Do not rely on mom or dad to be checking your emails and telling you where to go. This is your job now. This is your job to monitor your emails. When you get involved with assigners, they will just send you emails saying, hey, I'm looking for more referees this weekend. And it's your job to check those emails and respond back to them. So you need to communicate with them. Now, in the state, we've been lucky enough to have about 90% of our assignments given through the Assignr.com or Assignr app or platform, right? And it's great. If you just went through your class this weekend, more than likely you've gotten an email already today, or it might come tomorrow, asking you to finish setting up your Assignr account. That's really, really important. If you haven't gotten one, you're fine to email us and say, hey, I don't have an account yet, and we will help you set one up. But you should have an account. Go ahead and get that account. The Assignr platform, and you know what? I think I can do this. Let me share my phone screen. Okay, here we go. So for most of you kids that live on your phones, this is what it'll look like. When you get into your Assignr app, actually, I need to go here. Okay, so you can kind of see here, the Assignr app is broken up into different sites. Now, this is a really interesting thing about this. It's not just all assignments are in one platform or site. These individual things here below your name, when you scroll, oh, I'm in the wrong screen again. Sorry, I'm looking at my other screen. When you hit this down arrow, you'll see a number of sites that you've been invited to. More than likely, you just have open league, maybe tournaments, recreational, maybe academy and scrimmages. Those probably are the only ones you have. As you start to develop more skills and you start to get better and we start to help you a little bit more, you'll be added to some of these other ones. Maybe you'll do an advanced league game, or they'll ask you to do something inside of a tournament, a regional event that's here, or something like that. Okay. But for most of you, you're going to be in this. So let's say that you are wanting to work a tournament. Your assignments will be in the tournament
Joel,
section.
actually, if you go to Academy and scrimmages, there's probably available games there. I don't think there's any in tournaments right now.
Okay, let's look at that. Academy and scrimmages right here. And if I go to games, oops, wrong button again. Sorry. Go to games. No games to show, unassigned. I have different views, so I don't want to confuse everybody either. So, but nonetheless, you will see your assignments under my games when people are giving you games, and they might look like this, right? Or you know what? I actually have a game. I think Paul set me up a fake one in Open League. And if I go to games, oh, it doesn't show past games though, does it? It doesn't. Okay. Either way.
Do you want me to assign you a game? in?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everyone can hopefully understand this, right? This is kind of where it lives, and all of your assignments don't live in one site. So if you're working an open league one weekend and a tournament the next, your assignments will be in these different sites inside the Assignr platform. Okay, hopefully that makes as clear as mud, maybe, right? But you can update your profile with your name, your address, your phone numbers. You're going to need to make sure that you put in your bank account information because most of these events are paid through Assignr, or you might be paid through the state or cash on the fields or any other number of things. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But make sure that your information is all updated. You can get your messages here. You can subscribe to your calendar to be able to get your games synced to your calendar and things like that. So that's basically the Assignr app. It is also on my mouse is bouncing around everywhere here. It is also on a browser. You can kind of, here's, I'm in the advanced leagues right now that you can see. And if you click down here on the right side, now you see all of my other switch to sites. You can switch it online here. So say I want to go to, my UPSL games this weekend or something like that. It might ask you to accept new service agreements or whatever. That's fine. And then you can kind of see things, games, my games, all games. You won't be able to see all games. I can see all games, but anyway, you can see all this stuff in here. So
Wait,
that's online.
so
Yeah.
so how do you get like your assigner profile?
Okay, cool. So you should have gotten an email by now that from Assignr support that is, let me get out of this. You don't need to share this anymore. You should see it in an email saying finish setting up your account. If you
Okay.
don't, if you don't see that for some reason and you do not have an email there, you can always go to our website at AZRef again, and then go to become a referee. And then there's a button here in the middle. It says Assignr account request. And you can put in your information and we'll make sure to set you up an account. But if you finish your course this week, which most of you guys have, then you should theoretically have an account already because we have somebody that goes in and uploads all of the names. If you have not finished your coursework, like say you went to a course this week and you didn't finish your coursework yet, you don't have a license, then we're not going to issue an Assignr account.
Okay, so I just finished my like coursework like a few hours ago. So
Okay.
would it,
Yeah.
would it be like
So
later?
yeah, it'll be later. So we'll talk with the guy who does that. He does it, I think, once a week. So you might get put in next Monday's batch. But
Okay.
if you also send an email to me or somebody like that, we'll just push it through as well ahead of
Okay.
time. So yeah, you
Cool.
won't get it until you finish your coursework. So great that we got to the bottom of that one. So good. Yeah. Somebody else
Uh,
have a question?
okay, so do I have to, are those like two different ways you can get assigned to a game, or do I have to use both of those? Like, can I just use Assigner and get assigned to a game, or do I also have to go through AZRef and email someone?
No. So the only way that you're going to get a game is through the Assignr, and they use the assigning app, the assignr.com app or the website to assign the match to you. Now, inside the Assignr app, when you're in there, and Michelle, you can correct me if you're wrong, there is I want to self assign myself a game. There's a game available, and you say, I want to do that game. You can do that, but most of the assigners don't use that because they want to assign you a match that you want to do maybe two or three, and maybe there's only one available or something like that. So I know they use it occasionally, but your biggest way, and if you take anything away from tonight's meeting, it is contact your assigner. Please just contact your assigner, any of them and all of them. Get on their availability list. Like they will email you every week about update your availability or submit your availability. Do that. And then more than likely you will get games when you say you're available. It doesn't happen all the time. And sometimes we have too many refs for small events. And you're fine to follow up with the assigner and say, hey, I didn't get any assignments and I gave availability and it's Thursday. First games are on Friday. Do you need me? And they might say, no, you're free for the weekend. And then you're fine to go look at another assigner by all means, please. So you can shop it around. You are an independent contractor, can do anything you want to do.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Good luck there. So again, if any more questions, go ahead. I'll listen. We're here to help.
It says I don't have a USSFID number attached to my profile.
Okay, stick around and we will fix those individual issues at the very end. Okay, so whoever you are, iPhone 401 or something like that, just stick around afterwards. We'll fix those individual issues and make sure that you're taken care of. And if anybody else has any issues, stick around after. But let's get through this. Okay, good. You want to update your availability. You want to decline and accept your assignments very quickly when you do get an assignment. If you think there's even a chance you won't make your game this weekend, you need to decline your match as soon as humanly possible. There is nothing assigners will hate more and that'll get you on their bad list quicker than waiting till an hour before a match or even a day before the match to decline it or kick it back. That poses all sorts of problems. You guys, we do not have 30 referees sitting in the corner waiting to take a match, waiting at the field for you to decline it. So if you don't show up, that game doesn't get covered. And that's a bad, bad look. So if you know you can't do it, just decline it as early as possible. If you accept the game, it is your responsibility to fulfill that role. You've accepted that job. It is your job now to show up and do that game. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's rainy. It's maybe too far away. It's further away than you thought it was. It doesn't matter now. You've accepted it. You need to finish that commitment. And you're going to want to update your payment accounts on that as well. I told you that already. Okay, good. We're moving on from that really quickly. Where should you start? You should start small, okay? Maybe a recreational program near your house. Maybe a small tournament that's coming up. Or maybe you want to work an open league with a trusted person or something like that. That's totally fine, but keep it small. Keep it simple. Don't overdo it. Don't extend yourself beyond what you feel comfortable doing. If you only feel comfortable being an assistant referee for the first while, that's totally fine. Let your assigner know. If you feel comfortable after a few matches that you want to try a center referee, by all means, we want you there. Maybe start with a single referee 7v7 or maybe a 9v9 with a referee crew of 3 people. You can always reach out, and I'll get to this later as well, but you can always reach out and say, I want to work with somebody more experienced, and the assigners will do their best to make sure that you get put with somebody that kind of helps you as well. And that's kind of where you need to start. There are a lot of pathways once you start to get better and do more and more difficult games because we have a lot of difficult games here in the state. So as you start to build up confidence, you're fine to tell your assigner, hey, I feel really confident right now. I would love to be pushed a little bit more. Perfect. We love to hear it. We will make sure that you get put on the next level of game, but we don't want to push you too hard, too fast. Everybody gets paid differently. A tournament might be a cash at the field tournament. It might be a check at the end of each day or at the end of the weekend. It might be direct deposit to your assigner account. It might be a direct deposit to a bill.com account. Everything's going to be different, and the pay differs between all different things as well. You are going to want to research how payments are made when you do an event. So that way you know how to get paid. Because if it's check at the field and you're done with your games and you turned in your cards and you just walk away, you haven't collected your payment. And not many people are going to hunt you down to say, I've got a check for you. So it's your job to kind of follow through on that as well. We've talked about communicating your availability via the calendar app in Assignr. You can keep that up to date, and you need to let the assigners know on the availability forms as well. You shouldn't really be working any ages over your current age to start. So if you're 13 or 14 years old, you kind of want to stick to the U8, 9, 10, 11, 12s in that range. Once you start getting a little bit more confidence and the assigners start to feel confident with you, then we can move you up as an AR onto like a U14 match, your same age or something like that. Again, we don't want you to get overwhelmed too early. So you kind of want to do from your age down to start, at least for the first, 20 or 30 matches. Okay. So that's where we want you to do. And that's how we want you to increase your skill level. And then you ask, well, how do I get better? We are helping by providing mentors at the field's most events and most games. There will be periods of time where you won't see anybody there to help you. You are kind of on your own. We wish we could have enough people to help at every single event. We just don't have the resources to do that. However, if you scan that thing at the beginning to our links profile, and I'll give it to you again at the end, there's a place in there to click to say request a mentor. So let's say you're, 2 games in and you're just not feeling confident and you want somebody there to work with you, you can request it and we'll make sure that we send somebody to your matches to help you out. That's how you get better. And then you get better by making mistakes and learning. That's really how you get better. Is we make mistakes, we learn from them, and then we get better. And let's say you just really, really love this job, and it turns out to be that you're really, really good at it and you excel at it. There is a pathway, and it's not a complicated one. You are now a referee. This is where 95% of our referees live, is in this black and green badge area. You service all of the competitive youth matches and recreational matches in the state. And again, this is where most of our referees are. But let's say you're really, really good. After a couple of years, you say, you know what, I want to get better. You can move up to what's called a regional referee. And then after a couple of years at that, you can move up to become a national referee. And then after that, you'll be in the pool to be chosen for a professional level referee. So it is a short path, but it is a very difficult path at the same time. But plenty of resources to get you there, but you live in the referee camp for now. And that's where, no joke, 95, 96% of our people live. So you are in good company there. Okay, uniforms. What do you need and when do you need it? In order to officiate your first game, you really need a referee jersey. That's going to be your bare minimum. Most of you have been to the class already, and you've gotten a whistle and you've gotten a coin. That's great. I really appreciate that. And let's get to this really fast here on the chat. Let's take a break and read the chat here really fast. Oh, it looks like Jason's answering some of that. So that's great. Oh, nope, that's from, I found a game right now and I could join a game this Saturday. Would I email the Assignr or press some buttons on the app to be in a position to join it? Michelle, do you want to cover that one really fast? Leonel's asked about finding the games on the Assignr app and requesting them. Do you want to cover that?
We use that mostly just for last minute. I usually assign everything through my availability forms first. And then if someone has emailed or texted me, and if it's game time or a day before and I need a referee and people have requested it, then I will choose from the people who have requested. But that is my last option as far as choosing. So it's better to reach out to it'll list the Assignr on the game. So reach out to the Assignr and say, I'm interested in working this game. I have requested it. And then the Assignr will usually get back to you.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Michelle. So hopefully that answers your question, Leonel. Yeah, go ahead and hit the hand raise button in there. You're fine. You probably won't get it, and it's best to contact the Assignr because they might say, "Oh, thank you for making yourself available. I actually have another game on another field that I can move somebody around in and get you 2 games back to back if you're okay with that," or something like that. So it's definitely better to communicate with the Assignr. But back to uniforms really fast. You need to get a shirt. And we have the partnership with Capelli. It's a pretty good deal. If you guys do not have the link to that, it is on our web page. It says Capelli shop. You can click and decide there, and it's our own team store. I suggest the starter kit number 2 comes kind of with everything that you see in this picture here: a pair of shorts, a pair of socks, shirt, whistle, cards, flags. You don't need a bag. Most people have their own bags and stuff. So. But this is what you need to start, right? A very basic kit. You do need this. Now, if for whatever reason you don't have a pair of black shorts or 2 striped socks like we show here in these socks right here, okay, we'll let you skip by for a couple of weeks, but your first paycheck, maybe you go and you grab these, okay? Because we really want everyone to look the same. This is your uniform at work. And if you go work somewhere else, they're going to require you to wear a uniform. This is no different. This is what we wear when we work, and it is required of you to do so. We will be lenient, of course, to start. There are local stores. Shields has a couple sets. Soccer Locker locally has a set. You can buy from Capelli. You can buy from Official Sports. If you want to buy the cheap sets on Amazon, that's your prerogative to do so. They don't last a long time, but it is your prerogative to buy whatever you want as long as you look the same. And most people start with the yellow, totally fine. We do suggest you buy at least one more color off the bat. So if you've just got yellow, I would suggest maybe going on the store and buying a green or a red just to have a mix of uniforms. We do have a number of teams that play in yellow jerseys here, and it poses a problem sometimes. No any black shorts and no black socks. Like, okay, if you have to, we will allow it, but until you really need the full uniform, please. And you do need to wear your badge with your uniform. And your badge just Velcros on and off. So you can switch it between your yellow and your green and your blue and your red jerseys. Okay. So go ahead and take it off in between matches. If yours is green, it just means you're under 18. With referee abuse policy that's in place, everybody that's under 18 has a multiplier on the punishment. So it's really important that you wear that green badge as well. This is a picture of what a correct uniform looks like. This is all in red. You don't have to have red. You can be in yellow, but you can be in blue. You can be in black, whatever colors you all have as a crew. But you will notice that the shirts are good looking. They are tucked in. I know no one, for whatever reason, likes to keep their shirts tucked in, but this is what we do. We tuck our shirts in, we pull our socks up, and we have predominantly black shoes. If all you have is colored running shoes right now, that's fine as well. We do suggest that you find predominantly black shoes eventually. And we all wear the correct shorts with the logos down here, either the US Soccer logo, the Official Sport logo, the Capelli logo, whatever it is. You just don't want those big 3-striped Adidas shorts or anything like that. They need to be mostly black if you're going to cheat. But we do suggest you get this. So this is what we kind of need you to look like on a field. Again, your expectations are that you honor your assignments and your commitments, that you arrive 30 minutes before your first match. If your match is at 9 a.m. and you're not rolling up till 8:55, you've already lost that assignment. The assigner has found somebody else that wants your job and will do it for you, and you'll be either asked to go home or sit and wait until the next match. Okay. If you are running late, it is your responsibility to text or email or call your assigner and say, I am running late. I'm going to be there at game time. Please hold for me. As long as they know, this is fine. But the expectation is that you show up 30 minutes before your first match. As you go up higher and higher, the expectation grows. College, if you're working, I've got a college match on Thursday. I need to be there 90 minutes before the game starts. A professional game, you need to be there the night before or several hours before, right? Different things like that. So we're asking you to be there 30 minutes before your match to check in. Some places you check in at a referee central location. Some places you're going to go directly to your field. That there is no simple answer for. Each event is different, and you'll kind of learn to pick up on the cues. The first thing to do is always look for a referee gathering or check-in area. And if you can see one, there's usually a tent or a flag or a gathering of some kind. Go there. And if not, then you go to your field and you call your assigner and say, I am here. We expect you to participate, get involved, and take ownership of your new skills and your new job. Learn the laws of the game, attend any ongoing development sessions that we have, but participate, get involved. This is not something that, you just show up for, do a 40-minute or an 80-minute game and then go home and just forget about. This is something that takes development and learning because it is a skill and it is a hard skill. We just ask you to be professional. Act professional, full and correct uniform as much as we can. No ankle socks, please. Keep your shirt tucked in, keep your socks pulled up, take care of your gear and equipment. Don't stuff it into a bag and bring it out the next day all sweaty and wrinkly. It doesn't look good. We want you guys to look good when you arrive to the field, because when you don't, and most of you are players, when you show up to a field and your referee is pulling their dirty, wrinkly jersey out of their bag and not tucked in, and they're out in there with their white shoes and ankle socks, in your mind as a player, what are you thinking about that referee? Immediately, you think this guy or this girl is going to suck, right? But if you show up professional, looking the part, confident, tucked in, you are now gaining credibility before you've even made a single call. So immediately the players, the coaches, the fans are all thinking, I have confidence in this referee, and I will have more respect for their decisions and their calls on the field. Before you even do anything is how you look and present yourself. So we talk kindly and professionally to the players and the coaches, and we treat each other with respect, both of our referee peers, the teams, the coaches, the parents. We do our best to treat them with respect. And we expect that out of everyone. Okay, we're almost done. We do offer plenty of ongoing training. We will have mentors at the fields as often as humanly possible. They will be wearing some sort of ASRA gear, more than likely. If somebody comes up to you, they may give you these new, I can turn the camera, I can stop this share here really fast. They may give you these new mentor check-in cards. It basically gives you a link to our stuff. It tells you about what you can do. And then on the back, I know it's kind of backwards for you guys probably, but on the back, it'll tell who the mentor is, their phone number, one thing that you did really good that they saw, and maybe one or two things that you can improve on. And they'll be handing these out at the fields for you as they see you work. So you'll see those, or you'll see just mentors out talking to you. So by all means, you can ask them any questions that you want, whatever you want to do. We offer plenty of webinars and support groups like this. You can join our WhatsApp group for the new referees, attend our academy events. We have a really big academy event December 19th that everyone's invited to, and more information will come out about that. But you can literally register for that now. Yeah, you can register for that now. But well, man, I really skipped the gun there a little bit, didn't I? Let me go back here and go back to where we were. There we go. So you can sign up for our academy event. We've got a couple professional referees coming in, 2 FIFA guys coming in as well, that they'll be teaching a class, and it's going to be held in Chandler. Peer-to-peer, ask the people that you work with, hey, I didn't feel very confident in that match. Can you help me? Yeah. Hopefully you work with somebody a little bit more experienced, and they should explain to you kind of how to do things differently or better. So learn from your peers. If somebody on the field does something really good, remember that. Be like, ooh, I like the way they did that. I need to do that. And do it that way. Okay. Okay, good. And then finally, just reflect on yourself. If you leave a game and go, oof, that game was rough. Maybe take 20 minutes when you get home and just kind of reprocess that mind, that game in your mind, and be like, well, what could I have done differently to maybe have a different outcome, or a better idea, or a better outcome, or what could I have done differently? So we always want to do reflection and self-improvement after each match as well. A couple questions in the chat before we finish up. Bren asked if the socks do have to have 2 stripes. They do. The 3 stripes are completely gone now. It really is. It is really these 2 stripe socks. This is the ones right now. These are the only ones that are allowed in our game anymore. Are these 2 stripe socks. So no 3 stripes, please. And the Assignr for Kingman, I will get you an answer about that. You find a Julian, email me back and ask me that question again, and I will find that is a smaller area, and I'm not sure. The middle school and high school games, that is run by a different organization. If you want that information, go ahead and email me back as well, and I will get you that information, but that's not this phone call. Ben, you asked what the Assignr app is called. You spelled it perfectly in your text message there. It is Assignr. That's what it's called. It's called Assignr without the O at the end. So just the way you signed it, spelled it is exactly how it is. And you can download that app on any of the Play stores or the Apple store. Okay, this is basically it. We're done. Today, you've got maybe a colored jersey or no jerseys at all. You're missing your shorts. You maybe feel overwhelmed. You feel underprepared, but you're being very brave by giving this a shot. This can be intimidating for a lot of people. I know it was for me when I started. I was so nervous on those first few games. I didn't know what to call. I didn't seem to know what a foul was. I was so confused. But you are brave for being here and for wanting to give this a shot. And we want you to succeed. Okay. So this is what this really is. You're going to make lots of mistakes. So don't worry about that. Let me talk about that for just a second. Ben's asked, what are the requirements for the shorts? They really are, I mean, if you want to be taken seriously as a professional official, you need to buy the ones from Official Sports or Capelli. Those are the two basic ones, right? If you have just all black shorts, that is fine for now. But as you move on, you do need to get the correct pair with the US Soccer logo on it. And as Brent says, they do need to have pockets. Yeah, thank you, Brent. They need to be able to hold your cards, a pen or pencil. You need to have pockets. Okay. You know, I don't think I talked about, let me get back here really fast. You guys need a wristwatch as well, please. Okay. That is really, really important. I saw, no, there's no certain length for shorts. If I go back to the picture that you see, you can see they're above the knee, below the thigh, that general, like where these shorts are sitting on these people, that's about where they need to be. That's the professional look, right? Not super long basketball baggy shorts, not super tight, butt huggers in any stretch of the imagination. And yes, and when you do a game, all members of your crew need to be wearing the same colored jersey. And that is why it is so important for you to buy another color eventually, please. Because if you've only got yellow and the rest of your crew has blue, and there's a team playing that's in yellow, everyone has to be yellow now because you're the only one with yellow. And now you match the team, and that's never a good look. So there you go. That's my answer about that. Would Adidas shorts with just their logo and stripes on it? Again, yes, if this is all you have and you need those are the only kind of shorts you have to come out to do your first games, by all means, we want you there. We're not going to say don't come. We want you at these games, please. So please show up with what you have. Just know that we need you to start adding to your tool bag of correct things, please. So let me get through the rest of this. We'll come to the questions here next. After your first few games, you guys are still going to feel confused. You'll be humbled. Maybe you're upset at somebody for yelling at you. You're still making a lot of mistakes, but at least you've made a little bit of money. So again, do not be upset by making mistakes. It will happen, and it's expected to happen. What I do need you to do is to make sure that you learn from the mistakes that you do. We want you to continue on. We want you to do a number of games. If you could do 50 games in your first year, that would be wonderful. At the end of that year, you'll be hopefully have all of your equipment. You'll be full of confidence. You'll be making fewer mistakes. You'll be a lot richer. More importantly, you're going to make a lot of new friends, and you'll have a better game understanding for when you play as well. And then you just keep going. Every year you need to recertify. And just know that your license is good for you guys of all brand new. You are now certified through December 31st of 2027, but the new registration year opens up in July 1st. So July 1st of next year, you can recertify for registration year 2028, even though your license is good through 2027. Just know that you do need to recertify every year, and that's only an online thing that you need to do. Okay, let's get through some of these questions then. Does it matter the type of watch we use? No, most people use like an Apple Watch, a smartwatch of some kind is totally fine. We just ask you to turn the cellular function off so you're not taking phone calls during the match. As long as it has a timer of some kind, either up or down, doesn't matter. but you need it to have it on your wrist. You can't hold it. You can't put it in your pocket. You need to have it on your wrist so that you can see it at all times and you don't lose it. Okay, so a simple, cheap watch that has a timer up or stopwatch up or a timer down, doesn't matter. Whatever works best for you. But you do need to have that, please. And yeah, Alex has already answered that for Ben. Yellow first, then green, probably the second most popular. Eventually grab the red and blue. Black is last here in Arizona for sure. We'd love to wear it, but it is always so hot that we rarely get the chance to do it. So we talked about that. Any watch will work. Perfect. And Jana said, are there assistant referees for the U9 and below games? There are not. It's a single referee at that point. So the 4v4 matches don't usually have a referee. I could be corrected on that one. Maybe there are some recreational academy leagues that will have a referee on that. When they start playing 7v7, it's just a single referee up until I believe it's maybe U11, U10 maybe. They go to a 9v9 field, and that's when most of the time we have 3 referees. Good. And yeah, if you have a black hat or a US soccer hat, you are fine to wear that as well, please. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and raise your hand. You can put them in the chat, or you can go ahead and speak up and we can answer them by all means. But we are done. You can scan to join the new referee support group right here, or you can scan here for our links page. It has most everything you need. This is a cell phone number that you can text anytime. Give me a call if you need anything. And this is an email that is monitored by 3 or 4 of us, then we can respond back to you fairly well. So if no one's brave enough to talk, then we will just go through these questions one by one. And I know we've got other people waiting. Yeah, go for it.
Being a head ref, is that okay for the first few games?
So if you're on a single match, you will be the only ref. So like a 7v7 match, yes. And yeah, why not? Go for it. I would maybe suggest not doing a center referee as your very first match unless it's a 4v4 or 7v7 match. I would not try to do it as like a 9v9 match because you don't really know what you want from your assistant referees. So if it's a single referee match, yes, by all means, be the center referee. If it's a 3-man crew, I would suggest being an assistant referee for the first several games to get a feel for what it is that you need to do as a center referee. But that's a great question, and I love it. And if you feel that confident and you want to go for it, I say do it. What's the worst that can happen? I love it. Go for it. Good. Alessandra says he ordered the kit. It says it takes 5 weeks. It will not take that long. Capelli is usually shipping between 7 and 10 days. You should get it within 7 to 10 days. That email is meant for like if you order a sweatshirt or a polo or something like that. But no, the referee kits ship within 7 to 10 days. What age recommendation for your first game? Again, for you, Ben, I don't know how old you are or what your comfort level is. It might be, like I said, a small 7v7 game. It might be a U13 game because you're an older person. I don't know. You need to judge for yourself what you feel comfortable doing. I just am going to tell you, start as low as you possibly can just to get those first wiggles out, to learn how to blow your whistle correctly, to learn how to hold the flag correctly, to learn the logistics of checking a team in and all of these things that go along with it. It takes a little bit to get the cadence and the understanding of what you're doing. So start as low as you possibly can and work your way up, please. Yep, U9's great. Difference between AR1 and AR2? Great question, Keegan. Well done. There is no difference. They both hold the same responsibilities. All 3 people on your crew are all referees, and there's no difference other than which side of the field that you start or which side of the field you stand on. That's it. AR2, typically, now in the leagues that you're going to be working, it's possible that teams are on opposite sides of the field, right? I'll take this off so we're not looking at a screen here. They might be on opposite sides of the field. So there's no technically AR1 and AR2. But typically when teams are set up on one side and the fans are all on the other, AR1 is the more senior position that kind of runs the line where the coaches and the players are. AR2 is the one that's across the field away from the benches. But it doesn't matter. You're both exactly the same. So good. Okay, good. Would black visor be allowed? Totally fine. Sun care, take care of your body, take care of yourself. This skin is old and beat up now from sun. I should have worn sunscreen more when I'm out at the fields. By all means, take care of yourself. Wear sunscreen, wear a hat, protect yourself from the sun. It is brutal. If anybody gives you any crap about that, you tell them to come talk to me and I will put them in their place. Good. The minimum age to referee is 13. Yep, 13. It's good. Wendy, I see your hand. Just get back to you in just 1 second. Emmeline asked if we need to use an official coin. No, you absolutely do not need to use the official coin. You can use whatever you want. Make up your own. Have a great coin that you like. Find a new one. Trade with somebody else. Use whichever coin you want. Some people don't even use a coin. They use some other whatever trick they have or whatever. So by all means, that is where you show your personality. Please do so. Yep, 13 years old, perfect for assistant ref for a U10 or U11 games. That's a perfect place to start. It's great. Thank you. There are no assistant referees for little games. No. So if you do want to learn how to do that, definitely is going to be U11 or above. And they're great. It'll be great to do there. It'll be great to start there. Wendy, you have a question. What can we help you with?
Joel, thank you so much. You're a very great presenter. You're very
Good.
patient on this call. I appreciate it. The cards, yellow cards, red cards kit, do they need that?
If you're going to be a referee, yes. And it's a good habit to have them just in case.
Awesome.
So yes, you do need to have them. Now, if you do not have a set, find one of us at the fields and I've got a box of them sitting literally right here in my desk, and I will make sure that you guys get special red and yellow cards with our logos and stuff on it for you whenever you need them. So if you do not have a set, come find us at some of the fields and we will make sure that you get some, because I've got a whole box of them right here for you guys. Good. Does anyone give us a physical card to make sure we're actually referees, which we can help check in faster? Give us a physical card. No. Anna, you do not get a special members only card saying I am a referee. You just get to go to the fields and boss everybody around and everyone just assumes you're a referee. So, no, you would be, I don't think we've ever had anybody pretend to be a referee yet. So I think you're going to be okay with that. And if you're saying, hey, I'm there to be checked in, the assigner will know that who you are, or they'll get to know you, things like that. So no, there's no official card that you need to have. You'll look the part. You look different than everybody else because you'll be in your black shorts. When you show up to a match, you don't need to wear your full jersey. You can just wear your shorts and socks, and then you can wear, an undershirt or something like that, a workout shirt that you would then put your referee jersey over or switch out when you start your game. Nothing screams, I'm a brand new referee, like watching a kid walk from the car, fully dressed, ready to referee a game into the fields. We don't really want to draw a ton of our attention to ourselves in that way. So no, don't worry about that. The cards have to be official. I don't know what that means. You need a red and a yellow card. I would prefer them to be plastic of some kind. I don't think you want to be using, yellow pieces of paper or something like that. Like that would be, I guess if you're stuck somewhere and absolutely no one has a card, then sure, maybe find something. But most people that you're working with will have extra cards as well. So I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, they need to be plastic cards of a certain size. You don't want massive, 18-inch cards, and you don't want something very small either. So good.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Does my USS ID have to be on my profile?
It does. Yeah. Are you talking about setting up your Assignr one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I know what it is now.
Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah. So you can get it from the Learning Center, or once you're in Assignr, you can do it. Now, if you use the same email, here's a trick. If you're signing into your Assignr.com profile, if you use the same email that you've used in your Learning Center account, those two things should sync up and it will pull your records in to verify it. But yeah, if you have your USFID from the Learning Center, that would be good as well. So good. Is there a limit for the amount of games in a day or a week? I mean, take care of yourself, take care of your body. We find that doing more than 3 games, your mind and your body start to shut down and you don't really give your best effort anymore. And that's not really fair to the players or the coaches or the fans either. So, if you want to do 4 games, great. If you want to do 5 with a break in the middle, okay. Anything beyond that, you guys are really pushing it. So we just really want you to take care of yourself, take care of your body, don't overdo it. And we want you to be able to give your full effort to the teams for every match that you do. It's not fair for the 5th game that you do for that team to have somebody who can barely keep up or is struggling to make the right calls. So that's really the limit there. And Keegan, if all you have is a shirt right now, we love you. Thank you. Please come work games. And when you get your paycheck, start buying some more stuff. Get your shorts, get your socks, get a good pair of running shoes that are predominantly black or dark in color. Start adding to your arsenal of tools, please, if you can. But we want you there. We want you to succeed. If anybody says anything to you like, hey, you're not looking professional enough, just say, look, I'm working on it. I'm new. I need to make some money to get the rest of this stuff. And if anybody says anything derogatory to you, you've got my cell phone number, text me, and I will immediately deal with that because that's inappropriate. So, but please start adding to your arsenal, please. Jana asked that. We've got that, Ray. Thank you so much. Yes, good job, Brent. You always find stuff that I never think about because it's so second nature. If you're a referee and even assistant referee, you probably need to have a piece of paper of some kind, what we call a referee book. Mine's back here in my bag, but it can be as simple as a Post-it note taped to your card or a piece of a 3x5 card in your pocket, but you need to be able to write who scored the goals, who you just gave a yellow card to, anything like that, right? Because if you've given number 4 a yellow card and then 10 minutes later you give 4 a yellow card again and you don't have it marked on your paper and you forget to give him a red card, now we've got a problem. So definitely make sure you have something to write on. And Brent, that was such an important thing. I have to add that into the slides next time. So paper book. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? It went late. It went an hour tonight. I usually get these in a half an hour. I apologize, but this is a good one to put out. Any other questions? By all means, speak up now. Otherwise, we will end the meeting, but I will stick around for a little bit if anybody has any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I'll stop the recording.